my goodness. Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening. NS and Bunny and Star and Fitzroy and Amy and Jay and Sabrina, hello. Aurea, hello. Suzanka, hello. A pleasure. Star, hello. Jessie, Maureen, Tori, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another ad hoc live stream. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's the Friday before Christmas. Sam, good to see you. Hello. Unicorn Blow, Welsh Rabbit, hello. Voodoo, hello. Pootling along, a pleasure. Hello. Lovely to see you. Happy Christmas weekend, I guess, for those of you who are celebrating. Oh my goodness, what a week. It has been such, I don't know. I think it's the heat. It's the heat, and does it feel like to anyone else that, like, so normally the week in the lead up before Christmas seems like it's at about 50%. Like, people are taking time off early. People are, like, preoccupied, you know, getting prepared for Christmas. This week has been insane. This week has been wild. It has, like, it's just been non-stop. Non-stop! And that's fine. Just non-stop. Maybe it's because Christmas is, like, on a Monday this year. So people feel like, I don't know. It's just been, it's wild. It's been wild. Stephen, lovely to see you today. Hello. Hope you're well. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. And thank you so much for gifting a channel membership. Welcome or welcome back to Sarah B. Pondu. It is a pleasure. Hello. Please make sure you thank the lovely Stephen for their gift. Thank you, Stephen. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend, or have a fabulous weekend when you get there. Yeah, it's been so busy. But anyway, we've got things to talk about. Today's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream, because I was like, oh, maybe I should go back in time and look at, like, the last time Chantal went to an ER. And there is one, but she talks about old mate. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. It is from, I think it's from, Queen of WTF. I'm still within the first 5 minutes, so I can't swear. My apologies. So I was kind of considering, like, going through that and being like, ooh, let's do the comparison thing when Chantal was, like, in Canada but pre-Kuwait. She had big nail energy, and she had one of those ugly, like, knitted hats with the pearls on it. Maybe we should watch that. Polly, thank you for being here for 32 months. Polly says, please, can we say hello and welcome back to Tansy? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Tansy, hello. Welcome back. I hope you're keeping well. Merry festive season. Hi. Hi. Oh, hello. There you are. Good to see ya. How you doing? Happy Friday. Polly, thank you for the note, and thank you very much for being here for 32 months. I appreciate it, mate. Lily, hello. Good to see you as well. Steph. Can't read. It has been a day. That's fine. Hazelnut Vanilla Frappuccino. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the message. So just so everybody knows, I might do a live tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. But I'll probably be MIA for a little bit, because Christmas weekend. It's a lot. There's just a lot going on, and I don't think I'm going to be available, which sucks until after Christmas, but that's okay. I'll still doom scroll on Twitter and stuff. Anyway, so today we're going to be watching Miss Chantal Merrill, Miss Foodie Beauty, and her most recent upload, which was only uploaded 6 hours ago. She does seem to be... What is the time in Canada? Time in Ottawa. I don't know if she's on a bit of a weird schedule, but it feels like it. Yeah, so it was uploaded at midnight. That's smart. So she was awake at midnight and making videos, so that's fun. This is only 16 minutes, so... There will be a lot of talking points, and you know me, not a professional, so I'll have a lot of, like, health-related questions, because... This is entitled, in case you haven't seen yet, so I spent 12 hours in observation for hyperglycemia. Now, some of you might roll your eyes and say, well, obviously that was going to happen. I stand by what I said in the stream the other day, that I think Chantal's, like, blood sugar levels have been in the, like, mid to high 20s for months. I've listened to this. I haven't dug too deep into it, so I guess we'll just watch it and go along as we go. And if I've got the time... / inclination at the end to do a little bit of a retro, we might. Oh my god, BB, hi, good morning, lovely to see you. How did the baking go? How'd the baking go? We need to talk about Christmas baking, everyone. Yeah, she ended up at the ER, BB. Yes. Pootling along, thank you for being here for 33 months, mate. I appreciate it. Pootling says, wishing everybody peace for the festive season. Absolutely. Thank you for your support, mate. Thank you for hanging out with us for 33 months. And I hope your festive season is a wonderful one if you're celebrating. And even if you're not, just stay safe. Voodoo, thank you for being here for 6 months as well. Voodoo says, happy holidays. Enjoying it with Poppy and chat. Of course, Voodoo. Thank you so much for being here and for your support. And please continue to enjoy the festivities. I feel I feel not so festive this year. Maybe it's just because I have too many plants in the background. No such thing as too many plants. It's fine. It's fine. I was watching the House of Usher series yesterday. I was getting really into it, and the daughter said something interesting to the dad, the eldest son. She was like, no one wants to be like stuck in a hotel bed and looking at their favorite flowers like wilting and dying. And I was like, yeah, no, that's true. Like, get a plant. Plants are much better. Get a plant. Everyone should get a plant. Anyway, we should probably get into it. So hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to see you. Lovely to meet you if you're new, rather, and thank you very much for returning if you are coming back. I can't speak today. I am not a mental or physical healthcare professional, just a guy who lost some weight, talks about things on the internet, and watches way too much of too many people. I'm also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate. Just here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about what choices about what we say, choices about what we put on the internet, choices. Has says, my plan is to stay in bed, though. That sounds nice. I would have appreciated a sleep in today. You stay in bed and enjoy, mate. And chat, please make sure you're doing something productive with your time, even if that is staying in bed. That's self-care. You know. But if you've got the time and you're kicking back and doing nothing, I mean, you know, you got time to do stuff, I guess. You could wash the dishes, you could take the laundry out, you could do lots of stuff while listening in on these shenanigans. Or you could just kick back and laugh. But as long as you're laughing, just don't make this upset. I mean, don't allow this to make you upset. That's it. Mick, lovely to see you today. Hello. Oh, I've got something for you. Thank you very much for gifting 5 channel memberships. That's very kind, mate. Thank you. Welcome back to, I think it's Stiper. Yeah. Stiper, Yunji, Enola, hello, Angie, and Hazelnut Vanilla Frappuccino. Look at you. Welcome back. Please make sure you thank the lovely Mick for the generosity. And Mick, this one's for you. Shout out to Mick. Hi guys, g'day. You asked for a kazoo emoji and we delivered. Actually, now you can access all of these fun emojis from the Pulpy Syntax channel membership. And I'm not going to show you a website, but you can just click that button down there to join, or not. It's up to you. But thanks for being here. How fun. It's really awkward because normally I play the ad when I've got the headphones on and I can hear when the timing is to turn it off, but whoopsie daisy. Also, I saw Unicorn Pondu in the chat. Hello. Lovely to see you today. I hope you're having a fabulous festive season. Keeping safe. Happy Friday. Hello. All right. So I think we better get started because I've been talking for 11 minutes straight. So we should let someone else talk. It's time for Foodie. It's Foodie o'clock. It's Foodie time. Let's go. This one. Oh, also, we're going to watch it at normal speed just because, like, I feel like I catch more stuff when it's at normal speed. And it allows me to slow stuff down and zoom in. And catch sounds. It's good. It's good. It sounds so slow.
Hello, Foodie Beauty.
Hello. Also, not the I went to the ER for the diabetes and still haven't. Didn't she say weeks ago she had something to change this? It was when diabetes was first diagnosed, I guess, like last month, this year. Were there 2 diabetes diagnoses this year? Possibly. She was saying that she was going to change her introduction because, you know, the falling cakes and candies and ice cream probably wasn't the best look if you were addressing the way you were managing your diabetes as a piece of content for your channel. But whatever. I already played my ad. Boo.
It's the holiday season.
Also, she's really loud. I'm so sorry.
And what better gift to give someone you love than a personal video from me?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that. You don't love that person if you're thinking that. Don't do that. Bad idea.
They can keep forever and ever. Get yours now. And yes, I am Muslim, but I can still wish you a happy holiday.
She can do whatever she wants. She doesn't even need to, like, check if food is halal, just as long as it's not pork, according to Chantal. It's so weird.
Get your cameo today.
Like I said, follow the faith. Follow whatever faith you want. Just, if you're going to get on the internet and lecture me about it, like, don't then just kind of shit all over it, you know? You know? It's the hypocrisy. Ontario Beauty. Like, you or the view? This is nice. Is this that lake we were driving past the other day?
Wow.
Feel the serenity. That's a castle joke for anyone who's familiar with the Australian cinematic classic of The Castle.
Very calm and peaceful.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
I'm sure this building's lovely, but it is very much, just because I've watched a lot of Foodie and we know her intense love of the horror genre, this is kind of giving Shining, you know? Like Foodie's parked out the front of the Shining motel. Because I know that's meant, I think that's snow in the background, but it does, well, no, it was snowing in the Shining. Yeah. I can see it.
Oh, hello guys. Welcome
She's still loud. I'm sorry. I'll turn it down.
back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you about my story.
Honestly, it is like an out-of-body experience listening to Chantal at normal time speed because, I don't know, man.
Time.
So different.
Also,
I would like to point out, I don't quite have a tinfoil beret theory for it yet. But in the thumbnail, she's wearing something different. So I'm assuming she was at the hospital for what she says 12 hours of observation. And then went home, slept, maybe, got changed. I don't know. I just feel like the outfits are going to play a particularly interesting part in the timeline because, like, she ain't got that many, you know? And usually we can tell how old something is by how many stains there are on it. I'm not being shady. That's just the truth.
Me being in the hospital yesterday. So I was in the ER for, sorry for the sun dust.
Oh my god, Kate,
for
hi.
like
Good to see you.
12 hours. So here's what happened.
Yeah. She's going to try and tell this story, and it's going to be a jumbled mess of a timeline. So let's see if we can try to get it straight.
So yesterday I had a eye doctor appointment.
Uh-huh.
So
how did that go?
I went to the eye doctor appointment.
Yes.
And then, you know, as I was pulling into the...
Every time she says, you know, I automatically default to something smells funky.
The driveway,
Not doughy, Zach. Your brain.
Felt...
Yeasty.
Dizzy, and I noticed I was a lot more dizzy and like my vision was more blurry than usual. And then during the exam, they had to put these contrasts.
I'm sorry, you're telling us you were dizzy and your vision was blurring while you were driving to your eye doctor appointment? That seems safe. Reckless Beauty, has that name been taken? Reckless Beauty. Irresponsible driver beauty. It's like Barbies, but terrible.
Drops in to see behind my eyes, and it made my vision even more blurry, so I had to wait in my car.
I have had a couple of eye tests, and the general advice, like with eye drops and stuff, has been like, oh, well, not even advice. The general question, I guess, from the healthcare professional has at times been like, oh, have you got someone to pick you up? Have you got a driver? Whatever. And normally the answer is yes, because, you know, I don't need to be catching a bus, like, disorientated. So she's going to continue to tell the story, but I am majorly concerned that Chantal is dizzy and has blurry vision, drives to the eye doctor's appointment, and then she's going to tell the story about leaving the eye doctor's appointment with worse vision. Look, she's a danger on the roads, hey. Yunji, thank you for being here for 12 months, mate. Happy anniversary. Yunji says, eye doctor sent her to the ER. That's my tinfoil beret theory. That's fair. I mean, yeah, healthcare professionals, I could see it 100%. Yeah. We'll try to just piece this together, though, because she tells the story all over the place. She's camp. Salva, see, I've taken to using camp as a term of, like, wonderful endearment and, like, oh, it's kitschy, it's tacky, and I love it. Chantal's not that. No. I need a negative word for camp.
Eyes, and it made my vision even more blurry, so I had to wait in my car to even drive.
How long did you wait though? Like 4 hours for the drops to wear off? That's crazy to me. Also, don't you have family in Ottawa? What was so busy that no one could come and pick you up? Or an Uber? Wild. Okay. Dangerous driver, Marie.
And I noticed that the dizziness wasn't going away. The blurry vision went away enough.
Lipstick on teeth alert. That is the least interesting thing about all of this. And also not a rarity.
That I could drive. So I thought, I'm going to go to the hospital and I'm going to get...
Weird. Okay. Point of the timeline. She left the ER. Sorry, she left the eye doctor's appointment, sat in her car until her vision came back, was still blurry, and decided to go to the ER. I think Chantal's been, like, dizzy and blurry-eyed for the last, like, 6 months. Does anyone else get that feeling? Just me?
Enough that I could drive. So I thought, I'm going to go to the hospital and I'm going to get checked out because, you know, you hear horror stories about...
Deborah has a note saying nobody collected her from the airport on arrival, nobody took her to the emergency room. And yet she still got the Kia back. Maybe she's on the outs with Mum, and maybe it's just Auntie Not So Fun Times. And because Auntie Not So Fun Times doesn't have a car, right? She was using Chantal's. That's the running theory. Years.
Diabetes, ketoacidosis, hyperglycemia, going into diabetic coma.
Yeah, see, you didn't think you had all of these things. This is what an ER doctor or healthcare professional told you run the risk of having and might have and was probably testing for. It blows my mind that she can be so, like, belligerent and ignorant of her own health and yet have, like, hundreds, if not thousands of voices screaming, like, you're an idiot, go and speak to a healthcare professional. Here's the long list of comorbidities, and here's the long list of, like, issues that diabetes unmanaged is going to bring up. Like, we talk about, like, the losing toes and the damage to the feet and being unable to feel the feet and nerve damage and, like, damage to your, like, pretty much every one of your systems. But, like, she's sitting here saying, oh, it could be, what is it, ketoacidosis or whatever. It could be something like that. There's just no way to know, you know. I'm just so dizzy, you guys.
So I decided...
Oh my god, shenanigans high. Mukbang tomorrow? Possibly, yes. Actually, probably yes. Based on where this conversation goes. Yes.
To go to the emergency because the walk-in clinics were pretty full for the day. And
did they have the signs up? Also, yeah, I mean, this is the hard thing, right? Like, I don't like Chantal. I don't think most people like Chantal. She's not a great person. If anyone in the world were experiencing symptoms of, like, being super dizzy, having super blurry eyes, like having a diabetes diagnosis and just pissing into the wind and eating yourself stupid on Chinese takeout or Chinese buffet, and chocolate the day before, then yeah, if you are suffering these things, it is kind of an emergency situation. But she's been so fucking negligent of her own health that it is infuriating. It is. This is the same person who ate too much cheese and needed to go to the ER. So it's infuriating. Everybody deserves healthcare, but, like, where the fuck is Foodie's responsibility when it comes to her own health? Like, where is it? Where is that? Why is it healthcare professionals and magic bullets that have to do all of the fixing? Like, where's her responsibility for her own meat wagon? Because I'm not seeing it. I don't think anyone's seen it, ever. Like, getting online and talking about a 40-day water fast and then quitting 2 days in is not necessarily, like... none of that is none of that is being responsible for your health if you're, like, Foodie at all. Anyway. Do you all believe this story or no? Shenanigans, I'm kind of going through it and trying to put a timeline together. I think... I think it'd be a pretty poor take for her to lie about going to the ER. Because, for all intents and purposes, knowing that Chantal's blood sugars have been in the high 20s or high 400s, depending on how you're measuring it, and have been for what I feel like is a long time, do I think that, like, and here's the thing, Chantal hasn't been driving, right? Chantal's eyes haven't been used to be, like, driving. I don't think she wasn't in the T-Mobile, like, that often. I think Chantal, like, when she's on the road, is noticing her dizziness so much more because she's actually having to pay attention to where she's fucking going now. Like, she doesn't leave the creamy condo at all. I think she's just noticing how bad her vision's getting in particular, and probably, like, how dizzy she's getting because she's drinking that unicity. She's got all the energy in the world. So now instead of, like, having a nap when she feels dizzy, she's allegedly awake and doing things. But if she's driving, she's probably noticing that, like, her motion like, the ability to, like, focus is probably much worse because she's actually having to do something instead of existing just laying on a blue couch. Yeah. And Who, lovely to see you, mate. Thank you so much for gifting 5 channel memberships. Welcome or welcome back to Roach, Unicorn Pondu, a pleasure as always. Miss Hell, hello. Whiplash, hello. And Living by Faith, lovely to see you. Please make sure you thank the lovely Who Am I for gifting those channel memberships. Thanks so much, Who. I hope you have a fabulous weekend and happy Friday.
I don't have a family doctor. There's a wait list.
Shenanigans says, someone pointed out in another stream that she's wearing the same makeup that this vid as a few years ago, and their old mate recently received a $500 grocery haul and edibles. Possibly. I mean, I can't see through the Baby Gap. Baby Gap? Baby G. Oh, is that Baby Gap? The watch. You know, the clear watch. I can't see through her sunglasses. I think that's a fun theory. I think it's a terrible theory because I hate old mate, and I would prefer if he didn't get pulled back into my fun time stories. But I think it's possible. I think anything's possible with Chantal, though. Like, she's been lying to her audience for what feels like decades. She's very well versed at it. Yeah, I don't know. But then on the other flip side of me is, like, the cynical element of, like, our old mate and Dee Dee, like, leaning into that to try to get the, like, focus and attention. So many theories.
Okay, so in Ontario. So I went to the ER, and they have all my file there already, so that's good.
They have your file at the ER. Okay, noted. Shell, hello. Thank you so much for joining the channel as a member, mate. Welcome. Everybody say hi to Shell B. Oh, is it Shelby? That's fun. Hi. Thanks for joining.
It didn't look too busy when I got there. Honestly, I thought it was going to be kind of in and out.
Oh, you guys want a poll? I can do a poll. Hold on. You just shh for a minute. How do I do this again? Engage. Start a poll. All right. The question is, did Foodie go to the ER this time? The answer is a yes or no. Start the poll. There you go. Chat, feel free.
Anything. You know, they would prescribe insulin or something.
It is pulpy time.
That's what I thought, and I would get to go.
Okay. I don't know how ERs work in Canada, but it's the ER, from my understanding, is not the place you go to get a long-term health management prescription, like insulin. Insulin's one of those things where you do need to be educated about the amount that you take, how often you take it, when you should take it, what you feel like physically, and how you should be reacting to it. Like, all of this requires education, usually from, like, a diabetes educator or something. Like, why do you think that service is offered at the ER, ma'am? The ER is literally there to, like, help people who are, like, keeping themselves together. And I understand, like, if I woke up one day and suddenly I was super dizzy and I couldn't see and my blood sugar was in the high 20s, if I'd think to test it, then yeah, maybe I would go to the ER. But we are talking about Chantal, who has been talking about her diabetes for, like, 2 years at least now. 2 years. She thinks she cured her diabetes with cocaine and Ozempic. This is the person we're talking about.
So no, I told them my symptoms. She pricked my finger, took my blood sugar. It was 23. I'll try to put the conversion here somewhere in MGDL, but that's MMOL.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And it's that's very high. So they were surprised how high it was.
I would also be surprised. I'm assuming that in the ER they have given you an emergency dose of insulin. They're not prescribing you with anything because you need to be educated on when the fuck to take it, you idiot.
So then, she said, okay, she took all my information.
Acts as if that's normal. Yeah, just a dainty 400. What was that? Just a dainty 400, just fluff. It's fine.
And she said, now we're going to have you register. So I went to register. They give you that arm bracelet thing.
Okay, so she's told her, like, going to the ER stories recently, which makes me think maybe you guys are onto something and maybe this was all a lie, because maybe Maybe she's just reverting to the story time she was telling the other day. Let me tell you guys, let me educate you guys on the ER service here in Canada. She did that like 2 or 3 days ago. Interesting that she went into the ER, complained about a problem, they ran some tests immediately and saw her raging blood sugar level and decided to stick her with insulin before like going to check her in or anything. Yeah, that seems like an emergency situation. Good. But you're not going to get a script for insulin in all of this conversation. They're going to tell you, and I'm pretty sure it comes up in this, they're going to tell you to go and see your local healthcare professional and stop going to the ER for this. Stop it. Manage your health. But like, this wasn't an accident. This is Foodie's dumbass. Who am I thanking for the super chat? Who says, is it a 23.123 or a 23.923? I think it's probably like a 28.7 kind of 23, personally. She's saying she's never experienced... She's acting as if she's never experienced this before, right? She's saying she's super dizzy, super blurry-eyed. Like, I honestly think that the sugars are rocking her bloodstream so hard that the nerves are, like, dying in real time in her feet and her eyes.
So then
She's gonna stub her toe and 2 weeks later it'll be gone. Like, no joke. Diabetes is no joke. It's not a laughing matter, but like this idiot on the internet who is mismanaging her health so poorly is going to be the consequence era, I think. Steph, thank you very much for the super chat. Lovely. I hope you're having a fabulous night. Happy Friday. Steph says, quick Festivus reminder to all the pollsters that you deserve a plate. Drink water, eat veggies, put on sunscreen, take care of yourself. You deserve it. Steph, couldn't have said it better myself, mate. Absolutely, 100%. Thank you very much for the support. And you are right, chat. You all deserve a plate. Make sure you drink your water and wear your sunscreen. Take care of yourselves. Don't be a foodie. Just never be a foodie.
ECG, I think it's ECG. Tech came and said we're going to do an ECG.
BB, that's exactly right. That's why we were so afraid of Captain Glassfoot. She told us that she stepped on broken glass when she was at home, probably from a meth pipe. Maybe. I don't know. It could have been an ashtray. She said that she stepped on some broken glass back at home like a year or two ago. No, 2 years ago it would have been. And we were all majorly concerned because as someone who has diabetes, if you do damage to your feet and you don't notice, it's very, very quick to get gangrenous up in there. So, yeah, but anyway, she's fine. What are you even talking about? Just a little dizzy.
So they take me to this little room, like ECG. I guess they're just trying to rule everything out. They
ECG, heart, right?
Hooked me up, did the ECG. Then I had to wait in the waiting room, and I was waiting for a long time.
Oh no, you poor dear, Amy. Way to sound fucking entitled. Amy, thank you for being here for 9 months. Amy says, 9 months? Oh my, boop snootin' time. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you for the support as well. Also, chat, if you'd like to hit the like button, please feel free. I'd appreciate that as well. Please and thank you. If not, that's fine. And apologies, I do have a bit of a cough. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. I think it's just sinusy. Something happened the other morning when I woke up. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying? Captain Glassfoot.
Hooked me up, did the ECG. Then I had to wait in the waiting room, and I was waiting for a long time, you know, and... Oh,
baby, yeah. So when she... Wasn't it... I think it might have been... Sorry, chat, if you're interested in watching this raw, but, like, we don't do that. When she went to the Was it the Botanical Gardens, or was it... It was sometime around that timeline. No. Hold on. Wasn't it the zoo in Kuwait? Was it the zoo in Kuwait where I was like, oh my god, her feet are falling off? Did she wear, like, just plastic sandals? Was that... I can't remember if that was Kuwait or Canada. No, it wouldn't have been Kuwait. It would have been Canada. Yeah. Yes. So she and her business partner, old mate, went to one of the places in the Botanical Gardens, and she had worn, like, paper-thin plastic sandals. And, like, the bottom of her feet were, like, rubbed raw. She was like, oh my god, isn't it so romantic that old mate... It was old mate gave her the shoes. Yeah. Good memory, everyone.
And I was just like...
Her feet were bleeding. Yeah. But she cured the diabetes, so lucky for her.
I saw groups of people that I know registered after me go before me, okay?
Yes, well, an ER room, from my understanding, is generally based on intensity of injury, right? So if someone has come off their bike, for instance, and needs like 3 people to hold their torso together, they are probably going to be ahead of the nincompoop who refuses to go and speak to a healthcare professional about her sugar levels. Yes. Yeah. So if people come in after you and they have a more intense treatment requirement, or they're in more of an emergency situation than you are, probably sitting there eating a big Turk complaining about a massive blood sugar spike, yes, they are going to be treated before you because they are in a higher risk of severe damage or death. And you just, probably were sitting there eating candy. Yes. Oh my god, Sam, hi, good to see you. Oh, yeah, no, good for you, mate. That's good. Exactly. Foodie's a terrible person, but she is an excellent reminder that we deserve to take care of ourselves. Yeah, it's good to see you. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday night. And Kate, thank you for being here for 15 months as well. Kate says, B-Day celebration starting early for me. Have a fabulous and festive weekend and enjoy your birthday, mate. Congratulations on another rotation around the sun, and thank you for being here.
Now, a little cute French, and I'm French Canadian, so I can make fun of the accent.
Hello, Freckles. Good to see you.
I'm not making fun. I'm just going to try to imitate it because,
Why do you have to put on an accent at all?
And I'm French Canadian, so I can make fun of the accent. I'm not making fun. I'm just going to try to imitate it.
You could just, tell us what the person says, but
makes
whatever.
the video more interesting.
Fine.
I don't know.
Does not make the video more... You mocking someone's accent does not make the video more interesting. No. No, it doesn't.
Laugh at me. No, but she came by and she was a volunteer. You know those cute little old lady volunteers that are so nice? And she said, wow, you've been waiting here.
No, I don't know. Volunteers in a hospital? That might actually be an interesting talking point.
You know those cute little old lady volunteers that are so nice?
Did Canadian ERs have tea trolleys? Is that what she's talking about? Volunteers in the ER. What's this about? That's actually interesting. What's she talking about? Like a candy striper? See, I don't think we have those in Australia. I haven't been to an ER. I don't think ever.
And she said, wow, you've been waiting here a lot, eh? And I said, yeah.
There are volunteers. Thank you, Little Moon. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and she said, what's your name? I will go check. I said, Chantal. And she knows how to say my name because she's French Canadian. So she said, oh, Chantal, salut, okay. I will go check. I will come right back.
So they're healthcare volunteers, right? Not like biscuits and tea volunteers. And Nancy says, I'm Canadian. We don't have them in my province. Is it a French Canadian thing? This sounds like a lie. I just want to know. Candy stripers in the US. Okay. So, a trolley and some sugar, just what Chantal needs. I don't know what candy stripers do. Candy stripers, but seniors who volunteer at help desks and gift shops. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's a big lie. Well, I'm just trying to figure out who this person is to be like, oh, yes, I'll get your name and I'll go and speak to someone. They check people in? Okay, so kind of like a desk. Okay. Jay says, yep, we have volunteers. They usually help with questions and point people to the right. Oh, information desk people. Yeah. I'm familiar with them. I'm pretty sure most hospitals, a lot of hospitals have those. Yeah, okay. They're people who stand at the information desk and you say, oh, sorry, I've got to find my way to this level. Help. Okay, interesting. Okay. I'm trying to understand this story because it's a lot.
He says, oh, Chantal, salut, okay. I will go check. I will come right back. So she came back and she said, they didn't forget you, but they're waiting for your ECG results to figure out where to put you.
Yeah, it doesn't seem... I mean, I don't want to say it's not an emergency situation because with blood sugars like that, it's a major concern for hyperglycemia. She put it in the title, but yeah.
Because there's different areas of the emergency, okay?
They give you soda and chocolates? Ooh, fun. We call them auxiliary? Interesting. That's cool.
There's urgent care, which you have to follow the yellow dots for, which is minor things. And then there's...
Is urgent care for minor things? Not emergencies. Urgent. Urgent is the step down from non-emergency. From emergency.
Observation. And that's if they need to monitor you, hook you up and monitor you and stuff.
Yeah.
Follow the green dots. And then there's emergent care. Follow the blue dots, which I don't even know what that means.
I'm trying to build a visual map.
Minor thing, okay? Where to put you. Because there's different areas of the emergency, okay? There's urgent care, which you have to follow the yellow dots for, which is like minor things.
It is very confusing calling it urgent care.
And then there's observation.
Yeah.
And that's if they need to monitor you, hook you up and monitor you and stuff.
Urgent.
Follow the green dots. And then there's emergent care. Follow the blue dots, which I don't even know what that means.
What's emergent care? Is that like emergency care? Is that like where they take you to the... What are they called? Where they take you to like the theatre for when you have to get patched up and stuff?
So anyway...
This is very confusing to me.
Anyways, after a while, I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. They haven't called me. Sure enough, the minute I sit down on the toilet seat, they call my name. So I have to hurry up.
You know what? You have the ability to get up off your ass and go sit down on your ass, butt naked, to take a dump. Like, you're okay. I'm 100% sure that there are people in that emergency room who needed more immediate attention than you, by the sounds of it. But you were dizzy. Again, not trying to the problem is Chantal. Ooh, she gets me riled up. Like, all of these things are serious in healthcare, but I'm getting really frustrated watching Chantal. I've always gotten frustrated watching Chantal kind of pissing her health away, but like she really is just I don't know the best analogy. She is a cockroach. But I just these are her consequences, but when is she going to actually take responsibility for her own shit? Like, when's that happening? Hopefully it happens soon. Annie with an L, lovely to see you. Hello, good morning. I hope you have a big cup of coffee. Lovely. And thank you for the support. Happy Friday, happy festive weekend. And he says, as healthcare gets more strained, candy strippers and volunteers do more work. As a teen candy stripper, I fed people, washed hair for infirm people, visited lonely people was a go for. And I mean, that's very cool, mate. Thank you for the support and good to know. I wasn't sure. I feel like the term auxiliary does make a lot of sense. Yeah, but I only know candy strippers from like American films. So I thought they were like specifically kind of a like 50s thing. I'm pretty sure is it Back to the Future? Maybe. Anyway, I had no idea. There you go. Learn something new every day. Thanks, Annie.
And I go out, I'm like, yes, me. So the nice lady, she's like, follow me, I show you where you go. And so I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Sure enough, I was expecting to go to the yellow dots.
Okay, now I can see why you all think this is a lie. The way she's telling her story sounds particularly scripted, and she was so lazy that she forgot to take out an editing blunder. Okay, well now I see it.
Go to the yellow dots. Sure enough, I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Well, to my...
honestly, that bit there, where she's forgotten to edit out her double take.
And I go out, I'm like, yes, me. So the nice lady, she's like, follow me, I show you where you go. And so I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Sure enough, I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Well, to my surprise...
That's so silly. Like, I understand maybe she's just doubled up saying the same thing, but that makes me extremely suspect because she's throwing so much detail in here that makes me think she's overthought it. Don't trust it. Righty, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. I appreciate it. Righty says, wait till the end of the video. She lies her ass off. Yay, I can't wait, Righty. Thank you for the support, and it's lovely to see you. Everyone say hi to Righty. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. Hello.
I was asked to go to observation. So I was getting a little worried.
The blue dots, very important.
They're waiting for my ECG results. I have to go to observation. But they did blood work while I was waiting in the ER waiting room. Actually, they did blood work and hooked up an IV, just in case they need to draw blood and give fluids. All right. So
right.
So I get...
But you were mad at the people who came in after you being seen to first. She doesn't... I don't feel like I know how an ER works, and neither does Foodie.
To my room in observation, there's less rooms in this area. It's more small, you know, and
small.
intensive. And there's like...
More small and intensive. Is it intensive care?
I have to put on a gown that
That's a different thing.
didn't fit, so I had the gown half on. And then...
Oh, not Foodie in an open back gown. That sounds glamorous, but token hospital gown, not like ballroom. Foodie's like farty butt, just not farty butt. Because she said, I don't know why, but she told us if you missed it, she was very upsetty spaghetti like 10 minutes ago. That she went to go and use the bathroom and then she got called. So she's so used to the bidets. Now it's I'm assuming it's toilet paper in the Canadian hospitals. So Chantal ain't got the bidet. So she's just standing there in an open back hospital gown, just farty butt. just farty butt. I don't know what she's talking about for the IV for drawing blood. I'm pretty sure that's an insert needle for fluids, but Chantal's Dr. Armchair today, so
I just made sure to keep the curtain closed. And my
BB 100%. Yeah.
My nurse comes in, she's like, "Hi, I don't know why you're here, but I'll find out." I was like, "All right." So I had to retell my story. You always have to anyways. They want to hear what you have to say. Asking me symptoms, all this and that. She hooked me up. My oxygen sat was 97, which is fine. My blood pressure was 135 over I don't even know.
135 over I don't even know. That's very vague.
And they didn't seem concerned with that. And so...
Yeah, the fact that Chantal Marie has average blood pressure levels is fucking insane. She has an enlarged heart. We know. She's told us. Enlarged heart. Medical mystery, mate.
They did take some...
shenanigans, I think you're right. I think that was the C. diff time.
Blood, from the... They just put the tube into the IV thing and take the blood that way. Very convenient. Instead of sticking you all the time, you know?
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So, my blood sugar started at 20...
We've officially diagnosed you with stage 4 farty butt. Boop. I don't know why. Those two words together are fucking hilarious. Brandy has a note saying you can draw blood and do fluid intake from the same IV. I see. Well, IV is just it's just shorthand for intravenous, is it? Which makes sense if it's just like sitting in there as a tap. Right.
When I went in there, so I presented with... The doctor came in. It was a resident doctor. She said, you have hyperglycemia.
Everybody's asking if 135's average. Is it not? Well, there you go.
And she said, if you didn't come when you did...
Hold on, you go back. Sorry, I was paying attention to the chat. Also, chat, just as a note, I know this isn't going to be a super long one, but I just want to say thank you all so much for being wonderful. Thank you for being educated, knowledgeable, having lived experiences that you're willing to share in this little corner of the internet. And thank you for making me laugh every time. So, you're all great. Farty butt.
Instead of sticking you all the time, you know? So, my blood sugar started at 23 when I went in there, so I presented with...
Steph says 135 wouldn't be an ER issue. 120 over 80 is normal. That sounds right. Annie, thank you again for the super chat, lovely. That's not at all required, but thank you, as always, for your support. And he says, Candy Stripers is a little antiquated. When I did it, I had to wear the red and white pinafore, a nurse hat, white tights. Boys got to wear business casual and doctor's coats. Now all teens wear the coat. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's kind of like a mix of... like health / like admin assistant. That makes sense. Okay, great. I would like to know if there's like a universal term for that now. Or if it is just like auxiliary or something. Interesting. Thanks for the super chat, mate.
The doctor came in. It was a resident doctor. She said, you have hyperglycemia. And she said, if you didn't come when you did, I suspect that it would have developed into...
Sam Towns has a note saying 135 is within acceptable range depending on the systolic. Is that the bottom number? Okay, interesting. Well, she didn't have a bottom number to note, so sneaky.
And she said, if you didn't come when you did, I suspect that it would have developed into like ketoacidosis because of the symptoms you had. Now, my blood test came back that my blood wasn't acidic, but she thought that it could develop potentially into that.
Bro, also you're spitting again. That's weird.
And so,
why is she so wet in the mouth?
So I said, oh, well, that's nice. That's not scary at all.
How, again, I really have to ask, how do you have all of these interactions with healthcare professionals and don't get frightened out of your fucking mind? She's telling you, yeah, with all of your symptoms, I really thought your blood would be literal acid right now. That doesn't scare the fuck out of you? Mary.
Basically, I'm learning that diabetes is really no joke.
No shit, Sherlock.
So...
Been talking about this for like 3 years.
So I do feel like an ass just laughing and having a good time eating plates of Chinese food the other day. Yeah, I do.
Well, you're not, like, no offense. I'm symptomatic to the I'm sympathetic to the situation. I'm not sympathetic to Chantal. Like, Chantal gleefully sat here on her internet. On her internet 2 days ago and was like, oh, you guys, I'm just going to have like a big Turk. 50 grams of sugar, just a delicious breakfast before we go to a Chinese buffet. Like, weeks ago, we were talking about what your doctor told you should be eating. Like, yeah, it was minimal carbs, and it was whole grains, and it was trying to stay away from, like, red meats. And realistically, that doctor seemed to think that your liver issues were going to get you before your diabetes. But at this point in time, it does seem like it's kind of a bit of a neck-and-neck race between severe extreme non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and the, like, cirrhosis that's going to come from that. And the literal crystals of sugar rocketing through your bloodstream because of the unmanaged diabetes. Like, it's a bad situation, and I'm, again, sympathetic to the situation, but Chantal has sat on this internet and eaten herself to this position and monetized the entire journey with zero regard for her own health, and thinking that for some reason a potato fast, a grape diet, a water fast is going to result in changing any of those things. And never once actually, like, lining up a healthcare professional that could look at a long-term treatment plan. It's bonkers. 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 Angel, thank you so much for the super chat. Lovely Angel of Temptation says all the vitals would be on her release papers. Oh, well, okay. So interestingly enough, when I did go back and watch Queen of What the Fuck's last ER visit, which was from like a year and a half, 2 years ago, two and a half years ago, actually, because she was still talking about old mate. It was funny because she did have the papers with her. Now I know why people think she lies about the ER, because she would have access to those numbers and doesn't need to, like, fuck around like this. But she's Chantal. She does enjoy to fuck around.
Anyway, pardon my language. She said we're gonna give you insulin and try to get your blood sugar down. We want it down below 15.
Sounds smart. Nancy has a note. Nancy says, note that 5 videos back she is wearing the same makeup, same clothes, and as parked in the same spot. Is she? I thought this was a new spot. It seems new. Oh, interesting. You think this is from... Well, okay, the problem I have with that is that she referenced the Chinese food, which was the last video. So maybe there's something there. I think this is probably just one of her, like, this is where I can go to park where security's not going to give me a hard time and no one can see me spaces. But maybe.
So I said, all right. She said, have you been taking your metformin? I'm on something that's a different name than metformin. I said, no.
Wait. Oh, it was the one starting with G she was given in Kuwait, is that right?
Because it makes me very ill, and I haven't been taking it.
All right, this poll is wild, by the way. 57% say yes, 43% say no. Work, divas. Interesting.
Regularly, so that's a no-no also. So...
Janumet, that's the one, Natalie.
She gave me my first dose of insulin, and then Took a blood test about 20 minutes.
You say first dose of insulin. I think that was like I can't remember what it's called. It's like an emergency dose of insulin, right? It's like you get a blood sugar reading of 24. It's like, oh no, you need insulin. Like you need to stop having syrup for blood. Like we need to get that broken down.
Minutes later, my blood sugar went down to 16.5. And then they did...
Her blood sugar drops from 23, 24-ish to 16. That's a big drop.
Did some blood work. I forget the name of the test. I'll have to put it here somewhere.
Okay, so she does have her notes. Osmolality? Is that something to do with oxygen? Osmolality test. What does this do? Measures the amount of certain substances in blood, urine, or stool. These include glucose, sugar... Okay, this test helps check your body's water balance. Okay, well that makes sense. Osmosis, not being oxygen, it's water. Your provider may order this test if you have signs of any of the following. Low sodium, I don't think that's a problem, or water loss, poisoning from harmful substances such as ethanol, methanol, or ethyl glycol. I don't know if that's a problem. Sorry, osmolality tests measure the amount of certain substances in blood, urine, or stool. These include glucose, urea, a waste product made in the liver. Well, that would make sense because there was a whole heap of protein in her pee. And several electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, and chloride. Electrolytes are electrically charged materials. Sorry, minerals, not materials. That's a different thing. Big Mac, lovely to see you. Happy 17 months, mate. Big Mac says it was probably Novorapid. What's that? Medication? Thanks for being here, mate. Appreciate it. Lovely to see you today. Hello, hello. Happy Friday.
Osmo something. That, you know, because when you're...
Who said she was pissing beef? That is... That's a sentence.
Diabetic, you urinate more frequent.
Yeah.
But if you're not drinking, if you're dehydrated and not having enough fluid or something, it leaves like sediment in your blood. I don't know. So I was
sediment in your blood. Well, is that carbohydrate based, glucose based, sugar based? Because like the general understanding is like the ability to pee out the glucose is removed if you don't have the ability to split the sugars from the blood into your other systems to expel it. Right? Okay. She's explaining it poorly and I'm trying to logic it. Not working. Who said it leaves cinnamon in your blood? BB!
Dehydrated from these blood tests. So they gave me some fluid and oh man, that was...
Oh, fast insulin. Right. Thank you, Big Mac. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It wasn't on a pump, it was like a drip, so it was so slow.
I'm sorry, are we talking about your pee?
Gave me some fluid and oh man, that was... It wasn't on a pump, it was like a drip, so it was so slow.
Okay, I'm more interested in this sediment. Why did she say I'm going to look it up. Sediment in blood diabetes? Diabetes can cause sediment in your urine. Yeah, not in the blood though. Due to kidney problems, may be a complication of the condition. Can also cause glucose to show up in your urine as a sediment. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, diabetes affects how you metabolize fat, ketones, which are byproducts of the process, can be released in urine. Pure sediment. Is it sedimentary blood or sedimentary urine? Talking a lot about bodily fluids today. One of the most common causes of urine sediment is urinary tract infection. Well, let's not go back there. Okay. Do you think she's confused or do you think she's just lying? I think she might be confused.
It wasn't on a pump, it was like a drip, so it was so slow. And I had to keep my arm a certain way or it would drip even slower. Anyway, I hate when they flush your line. You can taste the saline in your body. Ugh. Oh well. Anyway, the staff was very nice. So I
Both. Okay, great. She's got gritty blood and cloudy pee. Noted. Milk tea. Oh my goodness. Hello. Lovely to see you today. I hope you're keeping cool on the other side of the no, it needs to be cool here on this side of the planet. It's so hot today. Lovely to see. Lovely to see you. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday and happy festive weekend. Hello, hello. Good to see you.
I was,
We know she's got protein in her pee. Yes, that's because of the kidneys.
there for many hours at that
Kidney.
point, and
No, liver. And possibly kidney. They're all on the way out.
then they tested, my blood sugar.
Our first day of the holidays? Nice, enjoy.
It was like 13 something. They gave me another dose of insulin. And then finally, by the end of everything, by the time I got home, I left with an insulin, with a blood sugar reading of 11. It's a lot better than 23, but still
It is 24.
high. I was starving. Like, I felt really dizzy and nauseous though, but I was still hungry. Like, I was starting to feel a bit better, but I was so tired
Not the frothy pea drink.
and hungry.
It all comes around. Righty, thank you for the super chat, mate. Righty says, are you ready to see Foodie Beauty? Wait, we were going to get that. Remember, she was saying she was going to go to gym and all of that. That's the timeline I wish we were at so many times. Thanks for the super chat, Righty. And Moz, thank you for being here for 6 months, mate. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Moz says, thanks for being absolutely delightful. It's my pleasure. Thank you for enjoying and indulging in the delights, Moz. A pleasure. I hope you have a fabulous festive weekend.
It was like 12 hours since I've eaten. So the lady said, we want to give you something to eat to see how you tolerate it. So she brings this little...
Okay, so that's an important thing to know. The nurse said she wants to give her something to eat to be able to essentially measure how her body's able to break down the sugars.
So the...
Angel, thank you for the super chat. Angel of Temptation says, fluid takes at least 2 hours. Get it often. I like the saline.
lady said, we want to give you something
Thank you for the super chat.
to eat to see how you tolerate it. So she brings this sandwich that was like, the hospital food
Someone walking a dog back there.
is horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make...
Okay, well, they're not... ma'am, the hospital food... The hospital food is horrendous. The privilege! Why don't you just go eat a fucking Big Mac? Like, just go. Whatever. You clearly do not give a shit. And this is probably a lie.
sense to me. I mean, I know it's not a 5-star hotel.
It's a ER. It's a hospital. You fuck. You're not even paying for this. You haven't paid taxes in years. Like... Isn't that great? Listen to this. Listen to this entitled brat over here.
Horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make sense to me? I mean,
No, go back.
I'm going to give you something to eat to see how you tolerate it. So she brings this sandwich that was like, the hospital food is horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make sense to me? I mean, I know it's not a 5-star hotel.
That doesn't make sense to me at all.
But like, they gave me a turkey sandwich on brown, but it was like stale brown bread with like 1 slice of turkey and butter on it.
Oh no, you poor dear. You poor dear. I hope you got Uber Eats delivered.
It was like gross.
Uh-huh.
But I ate some of it because that was the best sandwich when you're starving, okay? They gave me water, so I
Honestly, though. Honestly.
ate that in the water. But then they gave me apple juice, like full sugar apple juice.
Yeah.
And a full sugar, not diet, low fat, gluten-free. It was a whole sugar
Not the gluten.
loaded muffin.
Uh-huh.
Apple cinnamon muffin.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm in the hospital in observation.
Yeah.
For
That's the key there, Mary.
hyperglycemia, and
Yeah.
you're giving me sugar.
They've brought your body's blood sugar down from 23 to 11, is what you're saying. I'm assuming they've got you in observation so that they can see just how fucked your entire system is when they do actually introduce easily, like, broken down glucose. Like, you were just sitting here eating 2 plates from the Chinese buffet and a big Turk bar, and now you're shitting on the ER for 1, having stale toast or stale bread or whatever, and 2, giving you full sugar items while you're hooked up so they can legitimately see what is happening to your body. Because it is a medical marvel. Like, I'm not a professional, but I'm sure watching Chantel's numbers and data and stuff come in must be wild. It must be. It just must be. If you knew what you were looking at, must be crazy.
Because if I would have eaten that and drank the apple juice with it, they would be giving...
Sam has a note saying, glucose tolerance tests, they are a thing. Yeah, she's there. She's in observation. What better time?
me more insulin, I'm sure. It was just so weird. I was telling Salon, like, I'm here for hyperglycemia and they're giving me sugar. Anyway.
Also, I wonder whether or not Chantal asked that question. Like, to whoever dropped off her lunch or whatever it was. I wonder if she actually asked and said, oh, am I meant to eat this or am I in here for this reason? Because it might have just been a mistake or a mix-up. Or, more than likely, I think it was, they were testing to see what her tolerance was like. Because, like, it's not good.
So I didn't eat that. I said, I'm sorry. She's like, hey, you don't have to. She's like, I didn't cook it, so I'm not going to be insulted. About that. I said, no, it's just that, I'm just afraid to have something with sugar. And
oh my God, shut the fuck up. Shut up. No, you guys. You guys, I'm just afraid. I'm so afraid to have something with sugar in it. Gluten? Processed? Healthy queen. You've got to watch what you eat, Fucking idiot. Where was this energy like a day and a half ago when you were slamming Big Turks? Oh, but I got dizzy. Yeah, because you ate the Big Turks. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
She's like, oh, okay, I'll take it away. So that was that. They just told me to stay. They didn't prescribe me insulin.
No, because that's not what the ER is going to do, you nincompoop.
They told me to just stay on my metformin type of drug that I have from Kuwait, and to follow up with a family doctor, which I don't have, so that won't be happening.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I hate it. It's so frustrating.
So, I thought that's where my night ends. She said she comes in,
oh, it didn't end. It didn't end there. Don't worry.
Says, do you want to go home? Because I think they were going to keep me. And I said, I really want to go home. I'm so tired. I don't have my CPAP.
I'm sorry, did you just say they wanted to keep you?
Oh, I thought that's where my night ends. She said, she comes in, she says, do you want to go home? Because I think they were going to keep me. And I said, I really want to go home. I'm so tired. I don't have my CPAP. I'm just sweaty from just...
I feel like they could have helped you with oxygen.
Laying in the little cot. My bottom hurts so bad.
Not the farty bottom. Your bottom's hurting?
My lower back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I want to go home. So she let me go home.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. She threw a tantrum. I 100% think she threw a tantrum. If this is even to be believed, yes. Yeah. Well, Sam, I think so as well. I honestly, I think that since Chantal's been in Canada, she has not been taking her prescription medication. Because she's not good at that. Consistency, thy name is not Chantal. Yeah. No.
In the little cot.
Hashtag funny butt.
My bottom hurts so bad, my lower back. Oh, I want to go home.
Uh-huh.
So she let me go home. Yeah, she let me go home.
Right. Well, to be fair, you're probably taking up a bed, and if people want to go home in an ER and there's never enough beds, yep, I could understand why. It would have been interesting if Chantal had stayed overnight for observation, because I think that the medical science field could have learnt a lot from Chantal's bogus numbers. But with saying that she isn't taking her prescription medication, she's probably just missed it the entire time she's been in Canada. And yes, no one is surprised that she's got a mid-20s blood sugar level.
And I thought my night was over. So, she takes out my IV and everything. And I I had to go to the parking garage. It's cold, it's dark, it's creepy. I'm on the top floor, the 5th floor of the parking garage. That's where my car's parked, because there was nowhere to park. When I came in, the parking lot was almost full.
Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten you'd driven, blurry-eyed and confused. Terrible idea.
So, I had to take an elevator.
Uh-huh. She's going to acknowledge it in a minute, but she was taking the elevator all the way through Kuwait. Why is she still sticking with this as if it makes a difference? It doesn't make a difference.
Parking garage elevators are one of the types of elevators I'm the most scared of. You guys know I have issues with elevators, claustrophobia.
You've got issues with everything, gal. Like,
I got stuck in
throw a rock, you'll find an issue.
them before, so I have some trauma there. So I just started trusting elevators again.
Honestly, her being in this, I don't see... Okay, I understand the logic of like, oh no, I'm in an elevator and what happens if it gets stuck and I can't get out or whatever. But there is more than likely more space in most of these elevators than there is with Chantal in the Kia. Like, she's packed in there. Packed. Sardine packed. Anyway.
Where I live in Kuwait, we take an elevator, right? So, but I'm always with Salah. Anyway, so I go by myself.
Steph, thank you for the super chat. Steph says, another reminder, if you have to get up early to get in line to the walk-in clinic to see a GP about your chronic health conditions, please do. Please. Yeah, exactly. Make the effort. Make the effort. Don't be Chantal. Thank you for the super chat, mate.
My phone is dead at this point because I didn't think I would be in the hospital for 12 hours, so I didn't plan right. All right, so the elevator comes, I press the button, and I can hear it.
Didn't plan right. What? Hold on. Sorry, rewinding.
In Kuwait, we take an elevator, right?
Yes.
So,
but in many places, you did it at the mall several times. You got that on video.
I'm always with Salah. Anyway.
Because he's really going to help you from being stuck in an elevator. Also, I know that Snoopy put out another video, doing his hypocrisy, thy name, shit actors. I did watch it, and it was it's just real hypocritical. Just to be fair, I don't know the ins and outs of most reaction channels, but I did find it wildly insufferable that someone who was complaining about having their content thieved or stolen or whatever, then makes a video where over half of it is someone else's content. But okay. Not even in in a reactionary way. It was just a solid half of the video was another person's content. Anyway.
So, I go by...
I'm not a fan of Snoopy.
Myself. My phone is dead at this point.
Your phone is dead at this point. Uh-huh.
Because I didn't think I would be in the hospital for 12 hours, so I didn't plan right. All right, so I...
Sneaky little USB charger.
The elevator comes, I press the button, and I can hear it boom, 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 going through the levels coming to get me. I get in.
I'm so interested in what that person behind her is doing.
5th floor. The door's closed.
Is that the one with the dog? I think it is.
Everything's fine until I get to the 5th floor. I feel a little drop, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just leveling out. The elevator has to level. Because as somebody who's afraid of elevators, I've watched many videos on how they work to help me desensitize, to help me...
I'm so afraid of plane crashes and continues to watch plane crash documentaries on YouTube.
Understand that,
She is a fool. A fool! Also, I'm going to close the poll now because I can't read all of the chat. So we'll close that. 56% of you think that yes, it happened. Interesting. I didn't think it would be that even.
I'm going to be okay. The doors don't open, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to take a while to level. Some elevators do that. Nope! Doesn't open. I'm stuck in the elevator, okay?
Did you hit the call button?
I got stuck in the parking lot elevator. And
did you hit the call button? I'm
I don't have my phone.
But usually elevators have that big call button. Did you hit that?
What am I going to do? It's freezing.
Hey, farty butt, did you hit the call button?
It's not a heated elevator because it's in a parking garage.
Farty butt. It's Chantal's new name, by the way. Did you hit the call button?
Oh my gosh. I'm in this cold...
Did she hit the door open button? And baby, probably not. Good to see you.
Steel metal...
Not a farty butt.
box trapped. And And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I start immediately panicking, like that fight or flight response that I'm like, oh my gosh, my worst fear. I'm thinking, but I had to like reason with myself. Okay, my worst fear is happening. What am I going to do? You know, and
hit the call button.
and I'm like, okay, just stay calm. And I'm like, screw this. I took my hand. It was one of those doors that were split. They open like this.
An elevator door?
So I just like pried, because I was on the 5th floor. I must have been, like, you know. So I pried the doors open with my hands, and it wasn't fully leveled.
She-Hulk, Chantal, you were right. Oh, wow. She managed to open an elevator door with her bare paws. Wow. Yeah, Chantal hulked out. Get me a Nashi. Oh, wait. Not Hulk. She's like Popeye. She had orange juice, and then she had the strength of 10,000 men.
So I had to, like, kind of, like,
Lisa, I didn't think you could pry those things open either. Not with your bare hands. You'd need to, like, get something in there, right? Like a knife or like a crowbar or something. She was diagnosed with chronic farty butt. Oceana! Doesn't get old.
Step up a bit to get out. So I'm like, that's what happened. It wasn't leveling. So the doors won't open if the elevator's not leveled for, you know.
But you managed to burst your way through them like nothing, huh? Like butter.
Security features. Well.
Oh, like the Kool-Aid man. That's what I'm thinking. She used those T-Rex arms and she just, watcha, pea-hand strong. Stop!
You know, security features. Well, I pried those doors open.
I'm so confused. Did you not think to hit the call button?
And they opened and I got out anyways. Like,
How did you get out? I can't... How big of a step was it? I have a lot of logistical questions about this.
Ever taken that elevator? I'm like, see ya! I actually verbally looked at the elevator and flipped it off. I'm not kidding.
Did you? Did you verbally flip it off? What a fucking lie. Liar, liar, pants on fire, Chantal.
That was very...
She farted and blew out the doors. Oh, it's so silly. You think she's lying? She verbally flipped it off.
Cross of me, but whew, now I can't ever go back. It will remember that and trap me again. See how my dumb
liar, liar, farty butts on fire.
Mine works. Anyway, so that's my story. That was very scary, and I never.
Okay, hold on. What part are you thinking is scary? Is you having to go to the ER because of your blood sugars, or the elevator thing? Because I don't think it's the elevator thing.
Want to go through that again. I don't want to pass away from this. Diabetes is just really not something to mess with. And
no, it wasn't something to mess with the first time.
And I think I've fully grasped that, having gone through what I've gone through. Every time I think there's a new low and I get a health problem, I think, okay, this is it.
Stapper, hello, thank you for the super chat. Stapper says, Hulk strength was all thanks to the unicity. Oh yeah, she should claim that. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you for the super chat, lovely.
But I think this is definitely it. And I can't in good conscience continue to eat crappy food, especially on the channel, knowing that I've just revealed to you guys.
Ma'am, this revelation was not one anyone didn't see coming. This was all very laid out, very clear. Like, we knew, and we know, rather, and we knew. She might not be doing mukbangs, but she will be eating on camera. There will be discussions about eating on camera, at least. It might not be a sit-down mukbang because she doesn't actually have the space to do it and she's not got the car tray anymore, or it won't fit or whatever. So she might not do mukbangs for now, that's the story, but she'll definitely be featuring food in some capacity.
How it affects my health, so I'm going to be focusing on health journey.
Sure. I can't wait. I love the health journey stuff, but we'll see it.
And, you know, just vlogs and being healthy. And, you know, you could say, well, you're going to lose money, you're going to lose views. I don't care about that for one. But honestly, if you look at my videos, that's not true. My vlogs get more views than my mukbangs anyways. The
vlogs are generally more interesting. I think that now we're in December. Hold on one moment. Sorry. I think that now we're in December, I think that views will go up. Views tend to go up in December anyway because we find ourselves often with a little bit more time. I think that people really dipped out. I mean, people dipped out of watching Chantal regardless, but I think people were particularly dipping out of the mukbang stuff because she didn't have any stories to tell. Now that she's back in Canada, again, it's not necessarily a, like, oh, you guys weren't interested in the mukbangs thing. It was just, like, sitting in front of that blue couch in Kuwait was, like, depressing even for me. So, yeah, no. Now that we're back in Kuwait, people will watch anything. But I'm happy to not see mukbangs. Take me on the health journey.
So... I just want to share. I just want to help.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Righty, thank you again for the super chat, mate. Righty says, loved your reaction to this. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well, how many views it gets, like, you know, obviously views are nice, but if I can help somebody and help myself at the same time, it's a win-win. All right, so thanks for listening to my story.
Story. That's what it was. It does feel like a story. Also, so bizarre that... I've just noticed the sun is behind her and she's wearing these sunglasses. Why did it take me that long? The sun's behind her and she's wearing these sunglasses. How weird. Anyway, sure, story.
I've just been very busy, but I hope to go live and do more content for you guys. Yada, yada, yada. So
maybe she got rain in her eye.
So I haven't been feeling the greatest, and when you don't feel great, you can't really do much, you know. So
she's high.
Here's to hoping I get better. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Okay, bye, Foodie. All right. Well, chat. Look, we managed to make 15 minutes into an hour and 20. Good job, us. Go us. All right, that's it for me, chat. I'm going to go... Actually, I'm not going to go to bed because I've got some things to do. And that's okay, including playing video games because I've got a spare 20 minutes. How good? How fun? Anyway, chat, I'm going to go. So thank you very much for being here. Please make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you'd like to. If you don't, that's fine. Also, make sure to drink your water, hug your loved ones, get your steps in, wear your sunscreen, have a little snack, or get a little extra steps in because, you know, the festive weekend is coming up and you know, you might not be able to get your steps in. Anyway, for those of you on the rewatch, thank you very much for being here. Please make sure... I appreciate, rather, your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, you've been lovely, and I've been Poppy, and I can't guarantee that I'll see you before Christmas, but if I don't, Merry Christmas. But if I do, I take it all back, and I'll say it next time. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all in the next...